Okay, in this video I will try to illustrate with a drawing. I did not plan consciously to make this video, but I am working to try to share my ideas. I've been working for several days now, but here's a drawing which might help enlighten all the videos that I have been producing on this channel for the past 3 months. The reason why I say things which seem unintelligible, like borderline insane and schizophrenic in some of my videos. What happened to me in August 2018 is that I realized, I could say I remembered, I discovered that I am God, which was and still is a great surprise to me. And I have not recovered from the experience that I had, and I probably never will recover, because it was a very traumatic experience intellectually. So 4 years later, almost, I'm still questioning what happened. But I did not understand what happened to me in this view. It's only after many attempts to understand is that here we have the realm of nature, which is the world of time, space, matter, movement, energy, the laws of physics, which is what we call the world, the universe, the physical universe. Materialists or atheists, they believe that there is only this world, and in this world there are galaxies, countless planets and stars, the solar system, the earth, and billions of humans living on the earth. And my empirical self, this individual, I am here, I'm living here, and here I use a mixture of Kantian terminology and Hegelian view by elevating my thoughts through my intellectual and spiritual process. I reached what could be called a transcendental self, which is a terminology used by the philosopher Immanuel Kant. I did not know that it was a transcendental self, but what I could eventually call my higher self. I was absolutely not aware of this terminology during my process. It's only now my intellectual awakening began in 2016, so it has been 6 years. How I could present this today is that on the transcendental level, the transcendental self is not empirical, it's a thought, it's a pure mind, it's immaterial in a sense. The individual that you see, he lives in the empirical realm. But I realize now that my transcendental ego, my highest ego, is actually the same, the I, the super, not the super ego, the transcendental ego is the same in every human being, in every thinking consciousness. Because there is only one transcendental ego in the language of Kant. So at this level, on the transcendental level, me, not the empirical me, the transcendental me, which expresses itself through language when I speak intelligible, intelligent, and true thoughts, although they are mixed in language, the limitations inherent to language, which is drawn from the realm of representation, and also because my English is limited. But when I simplify, if I say 2 plus 2 equals 4, this might be considered to be a transcendental truth in the language of Kant, in the sense that this truth is identical for every subject, every thinking consciousness. And what I realized when I reached this level, which is God consciousness, that all the you, potentially 7 billion, or I don't even know how many humans there are on the planet, but all those, all the thinking consciousnesses, they are all me. At this level, me and you, we are identical. But at this level, which is the level of empirical consciousness, we are all completely different, and we are in conflict, and we are opposed, and we hurt one another, and there is evil and suffering and pain and tragedy. Not just that, there's also joy, happiness, pleasure. Most people, I don't know what they think about life, but there are lots of people who relatively enjoy life in spite of all the difficulties. So in the realm of nature, in the material world, there are tremendous amount of conflicts, psychological conflicts within each human, interpersonal conflicts, conflicts between political factions or political parties, between countries. This is the realm of war, death, and all the suffering of the world. And all the three levels, which is logic would be the mind of God, spirit or spirits is the realm of spirits, and nature is the realm of the material world. They are all modes of God. That's an improper way of talking, but actually there is only me. I am not this empirical individual. I am pure thought. I am spirit, and I am nature, but I am here and I am moving between the realms, so to speak. That's an improper way of talking, but it's just that 95% of my consciousness is trapped in the world of nature with my limitations as an empirical individual. And I work all day, I read speculative philosophy all day to try to elevate my thoughts to this level. And the more I do, the more I understand others. But the reason why my videos are unintelligible is because I am confused between who am I? Am I this individual? Am I this? Am I this? Are the three, are they one? And here it's an improper way because it's a mixture of Hegel and Kant. It's not, it should not be taken literally. But I don't know who I am, but I have realized that this me is actually, that I realized a couple of weeks ago, the absolute ID, and the absolute ID consists in making itself nature and reuniting itself with itself through spirits. And at this level, I am evil for the simple reason that in my ordinary consciousness, the people living in nature, I don't care about them. In the sense that my empirical consciousness, I am for now too busy trying to understand myself and to understand what happened to me in August 2018. And there are people dying every day. But at this level, I care maybe, but at this level I don't, because I cannot pretend that I do, because I don't. So I am trying to elevate my thoughts to the highest level possible, to try to recover my mind and to reunite all the parts of myself, all the spirits, which spirit is thinking human consciousness, to reunite myself with other parts of myself. But if you are watching this, we are now at the end of May, you probably understand that it is very difficult to convince any mind that he and I are the same, because at this level each individual experiences himself as a singular individual with no connection, I mean emotional, psychological, political connections, but the idea that I am you, it seems completely ludicrous to you, but it seems ludicrous to me also, because I've spent many months, many years trying to understand. So I am in a difficult position I know this because I know at this level, I know this because there are very few people that at this moment in time, that I can convince that me and them, me and you, are the same. I know who these people are, and I know that it will be difficult to convince them, and that's why at this moment I have made so many videos to Apollonian Germ, because I know that Apollonian Germ, at this level, I can convince him, and maybe he's the first one, the only one I don't know, but the first one that I can convince that me and him, that we are one, because he has elevated his thoughts to this level. But to convince an ordinary random person living here that all in all, we are God, I am God, you are me, this is impossible at this moment. I cannot, because the level of intellectual development that it requires, it has taken me 6 years with a break of broadly 1.5 years when I had my mind set upon something else. But let's say for 4.5 years, I've spent maybe 8 or 10 hours a day on average, or maybe 12 hours sometimes, reading, studying, thinking. I have not counted, but I have kept thinking, inquiring, searching to try to understand. And I am lost between the realms. I am lost in my own mind, in the mind of God. Yeah, that's the illustration. And I have to fix all the problems of the world, because all the problems of the world, they are my problems. And this thought is so heavy. It's heavy. It's not heavy. It's unbearable at an empirical level. It's very heavy at a transcendental level. But even for what people would call the real God, this is heavy. It's a heavy burden for God Himself, because there is pain, suffering, and evil in the world of nature. But in God, there is intellectual suffering, there is contradiction, there is negativity. I don't know if it is felt as pain. Probably pain only exists here, but it is felt as suffering. That's what I could communicate. But I am working on making videos with which might unite intellectual rigor, because this is not intellectually rigorous. This is just a drawing. Maybe it's more confusing than enlightening, I don't know, but I am working to recover my mind. And then once I have broadly recovered my mind, which is impossible as of now because it's so complicated, but I am elevating my thoughts to try to have a broad picture of my own mind, to come down to earth and communicate my mind with the other parts of myself. Yeah, that's what I had to say. So if you watch this video, and if you have been at this moment in time following my channel, you might understand a lot of things which appear unintelligible or nonsensical, because they have been unintelligible for me as an empirical self. Maybe on a highest level I am deluding myself, but on an empirical level I am lost. Yeah, that's what I had to say.